Hey guys, welcome to Monday's Lying Down review. Um, First off, apologies I didn't do a review last week. My internet went down, so couldn't put a review up. Liam, DVD Weasel, started this thing, 90 Days of Film, and me, a few other folks are taking part in it. So essentially, we're watching one film per day over 90 days. It's like day 10 or 11 when you're watching this video. For day 7, I watched LA Confidential, which I had seen before, but not in years, and I really remember nothing about it. This movie, it's kind of hard to explain what it's about. It's set like in the 50s, um, and it's kind of about corrupt cops. There's this whole story that I don't really want to talk about because I'll just massacre the plot. This LA Confidential, if you haven't seen it, guys, first off, watch it because like I remembered it being good and I was like, yeah, I liked it, but it was like, it didn't stick with me. This movie was fucking amazing. It really, like, even when I had seen it before, it just took some twists, not twists, it took some turns and events that I just did not expect at all. Like, the plot just went a place that I didn't even think about. And the whole setup of the film was just brilliant, and just the way it kind of unraveled. And you had these characters who, like, in the beginning of the film, you've got Russell Crowe as this hard cop who hates women beaters and wife beaters and stuff, and then you've got this guy who's Guy Pearce, who's doing kind of the right thing, but he's kind of like a little smug snitch. And I didn't like these two guys in the beginning of the film. It was just like by the end of the film, I absolutely loved these two characters, especially Guy Pearce. I thought he was fantastic, and that everybody in this film was amazing. Like, just the cast was completely stellar, and just like they were all on top form, and it was really just brilliant what they did in the film. The film never really dragged, in my opinion. It was like, I mean, it was 2 hours 10 minutes, but it was surprisingly a really tight film, and there wasn't anything where you're like, come on, we can away with that, or at least in my opinion. And it's not, it doesn't feel like 2 hours 10 minutes. I mean, you feel like you're getting a lot of plot in there, and it felt like, to me, it felt like almost watching a really good TV series, just character wise, because what I've said it before, but what I love about TV is you get to spend time with characters, and you might hate one at the beginning of one season, and then at the end of that, you absolutely love them. So, in that sense, it felt like kind of watching like a really good TV series. It was just a fantastic film, and it's one of those ones that just, like, you're watching it and you're like, how can this be this good? Um, Also, a mini side review of, if you guys didn't know, they planned to make a TV series of LA Confidential, or HBO wanted to do a mini series, and they did a pilot, but they never picked it up for a series, and then it went on to Fox, but they didn't pick it up either. But they put the pilot on this DVD, and obviously it's different actors playing it, brilliant. It's like a prequel series. It's like kind of showing how everybody got to where they are in the film, essentially. You got Kiefer Sutherland is playing um, Kevin Spacey's character, which, well, then you've got, obviously, I don't remember who was playing everybody else, but the priest guy from Constantine, can't remember who he was, played Danny DeVito's character. And anyways, yeah, because it was kind of like you see Kevin Spacey, Kiefer Sutherland's character, and he's kind of like a hard ass, and he fucks up, and then he goes a bit soft, and then you see this character make contact with him and say, "Why don't we do this thing? You get the purple, photograph him." And then Russell Crowe's character uh, um, in the series was a lot softer and wasn't like a complete hard ass. And then this guy he's kind of just a more naive version of him, I think. As far as the pilot goes, it could have been interesting actually. I think I didn't like a lot of where the characters were in terms of their situations, because it was just like, it felt like basically it felt like, and this is going to get confusing, Kiefer Sutherland slash Kevin Spacey's character, who's, is it Jack? Um, he felt more like Russell Crowe's character, and Russell Crowe's character felt a bit more like Kevin Spacey's character. I don't know, I really wish I could remember their names. And so that felt really off for me. But again, I say it was a prequel. And then obviously you had Melissa George playing this character. And she wasn't in it a ton, but it was kind of just like, I didn't really like her character in it. She was really like naive and sort of new to the town, if you will. Um, but it was interesting because it like, they were starting this, I think, a kind of an interesting story and an interesting place to go down. And it kind of, because it was a prequel, it felt like some things weren't really like, hey, that's not what was going on in like where we got to in the films. But I don't know what they would have done if the series had gone ahead, in terms of, just story wise. And it does end on to be continued. Sorry, it's not continued, obviously, because they only did the pilot. Um, but you can't help but watch it and just compare it to the movie. And like, the movie is just so fucking fantastically amazing. That the pilot, you're just going, come on, this is just, yeah, that's my double review, and a confidential the movie and the TV pilot. So I hope you enjoyed that, and just if you haven't, definitely check out LA Confidential. And then if you got the 2 disc, um, check out the pilot as well because it's cool. That's my review. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next week when who knows what'll be happening.